It is day 3 of the 2026 Winter Olympics, but as Team USA celebrated its first gold, a devastating crash may have ended the career of one of its most decorated stars. So let's talk about first Breezy Johnson, who won gold in the women's downhill, the first for the United States at these games. But at the very same event, Olympian Lindsey Vonn crashed near the start of her run and had to be airlifted to a hospital where she underwent surgery for a fractured leg. Joining us from Milan, Italy, is our 24/7 Mornings co-anchor and also the co-host of CBS Saturday Morning, Kelly O'Grady. She's got the latest on the Winter Olympics. So, Kelly, let's first start with Lindsey Vonn. You know, we were watching the video this morning on CBS Mornings, and we couldn't it seemed to me as we showed the video that she ran into that flag or, like, veered into it, not purposely, obviously, but rather than clipped the flag. What did you see?
Yeah, so yesterday, it happened 11:30 Milan time. I was watching it live from Milan on my phone. Of course, my colleague Seth Doan up in Cortina was there live. I screamed when it happened, right? Because this is just such an incredible comeback, and to see it go away in 12 to 13 seconds. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, Lindsey is known for being so edgy, right? She races on the edge and takes those risks, and that's what makes her so great. But in that moment, the pole clipped that, and that's sort of where things went haywire. And then, of course, you saw the fall and the crash that, after she did hit that pole. So, look, I mean, you sort of think about what happens after. You saw the helicopter airlift her out. And I thought that the color that my colleague on the ground, Seth, shared, that you could hear a pin drop. So many people had come to Cortina to watch this comeback, and everyone was just silent, wondering what was going to happen, if she was going to be okay. Now, you did mention she has undergone surgery for a broken leg. So we obviously aren't going to see her race anymore this Olympics. She was supposed to have 2 other events. But I did just see this happen in the last few minutes. She is now on social media. She's on X responding to different posts. There was a journalist that had a quote saying that she is the essence of sport, right? That it wasn't just about the medal. It was about the process and the comeback. And she responded to that. Thank you. With the hands emoji. So I think it's good that we are seeing her start to respond to those notes, but it was such a heartbreaking thing to watch. It was certainly not how anyone wanted this Olympics to end for her.
Not at all. I mean, it really takes guts to do what she did. She didn't have to race.
No.
She torn her ACL.
Yeah.
But she was determined and she was strong. I mean, we saw her post on social media, her weightlifting. But, it was just so heartbreaking, but also I'm proud of her. I mean, I don't even know her, but I somehow feel proud of her. All right, so let's talk about the figure skating, Kelly. I mean, loved watching it. Tell us a bit about the so-called, and I think self-named, quad god.
Yes, he is self-named. If you remember Nathan Chen, who won the men's figure skating gold for Team USA at the last Olympics, he was the quad king. Now, Ilia is the quad god, but he's kind of earned that, okay? He is the only person in the history of the sport to land 7 quadruple jumps in a single program, and he's the only person to ever land the quad axel, and that is 4.5 revolutions in the air, and you take off for it. It's very dangerous and very difficult. So his individual event is going to start tomorrow. He is the reigning 2-time world champion. He has been undefeated for over the past couple of years. So he's the heavy favorite going into the event that starts tomorrow and wraps up near the end of the week. The thing, though, is in that team event, he was a little bit shaky. Some of his jumps were under-rotated. You saw him step out of one of the jumps in the long program last night. And so, it's Olympic ice. You get a little bit nervous here and there. This is his first time at the Olympics. But undeniably, he does things that no one else in the sport can do. And I think it's incredibly just exciting to see someone push that technical difficulty forward and forward when he doesn't need to do so much to win.
Well, Kelly, didn't he say something like he wasn't giving it his all, or he was holding back?
What?
I read that he said he was holding back a bit because, this is the team event. Kelly, can you tell us what it was that he said?
Yeah, so what we call the mixed zone, after he competed his short program on, I believe it was Saturday night, and he got second. That was kind of a whoa, okay, like we did not expect that. He went and he spoke to reporters and he said, I was giving 50%. I'm paraphrasing there. His agent then comes out right after that because, of course, people are like, wait, you gave 50% of the team event, and said, no, what he was trying to explain is this is the team event, and then he also has to save strength for the individual event. But clearly, he pulled it out for Team USA.
So can I just ask something? I would love to just continue on this thread that Adriana asked you on CBS Mornings, which is how, even though the quad axles are impressive, that they seem to dominate, especially in the men's competition now, where it's, like, I don't know anything about figure skating like you do, but it feels like it's like race really, really quickly, turn around, quad axle. Race really quickly, do a couple of like, you do it, can't see me, Kelly, but I'm doing a move, and then like you do another quad axle, and then you do another one, right? Like, is it too much? Like, do one or two. We know you can do it.
Yeah, but don't sacrifice the rest of the performance and other moves that are beautiful and we want to see.
Right, figure skating, in other words.
Well, so here's the thing. Each quad jump is worth a ton of points. So if you can do it, that's how you rack up that crazy score and you beat everyone else.
Yeah.
Right. And when it comes to the artistic expression, there is a mark for that, but it doesn't compare to when you do 5 quads in a program. So there has been a lot of that criticism. And when you have a skater that can do both, that's when it's.
But, you know, so they were talking about the woman who won the gold for the U.S. yesterday, Kelly, I can't remember her name, but in leading up to her performance, they were saying, oh, she's going to do a couple of triple axles, and she did them. Yeah. Is that not the barometer anymore for the women?
So for the women, it is the triple axel. She's one of the few that's going to try that in this competition. They compete next week. But yeah, for women, unless the Russians are competing, they normally don't do quads.
Wow. All right, Kelly, thank you so much. We have so many more questions.
I know, we do.
We'll see you later.